make sure you grab different color spray paints, different size straight edges, and everyday household items like cups or lids. My name is Arturo Lopez, and I created Spraycaso Studios back in 1999. I have then continued to show people diverse ways of creating master paintings in just a few minutes using nothing more than just spray paints and everyday household items. The beauty of this art is that you don't have to have a steady hand or know how to draw. All it requires is a little bit of imagination and some dedication. So join us, and you too can become a Spraycaso master. I will walk you through diverse techniques of creating beginner level paintings, intermediate level paintings and techniques, advanced level paintings, and we'll take your skills even further to master level paintings. So if you guys are ready to embark into a new art adventure, then grab your spray paints and materials. Let's get started. Alright guys, before we begin, let's talk about the materials that are going to be needed to create a spray painting. Alright, first and foremost, guys, the most important one is going to be your health. So make sure you invest in a mask. Get a heavy duty mask, make sure that it has filters on the side. The filters are going to be there to protect your lungs. Look how dirty these filters get after a few uses. You don't want that stuff in your lungs. So safety first, guys, get you a mask. Second, get you a magazine, any kind of magazine. It could be a clothing magazine, it doesn't matter. Get you a magazine, you're going to need that for texture, to create terrains, to create different effects. Different size bowls. Yep, you heard me, guys. Look, you can get everyday household items. This is a cup. It's got a sharp edge to it. It's not going to cut you. It's not that kind of sharp. It's just, it doesn't bend inward. It doesn't do this little number. It just comes out nice and straight. This is what you're looking for, guys. It'll help you create better planets with these. So make sure you get different sizes, as there's different size planets out there. This will actually help you create the illusion of depth. All right, different straight edges, guys. This is a 24-inch straight edge, very large. Different sizes, I said. So, you got, I think this is like a 4-inch, 3-inch, and a 2-inch. Different sizes. This is going to help you create some water, some starbursts. The straight edges are very vital to create different effects. My handy dandy tools. Those are the Spraycaso tools, guys. This is the one I had specially made for us. And guys, it's got a nice 45-degree angle to it, so you can create different terrains. You could create little space castles, grids with it, fine details. This is very useful. You can get these at my website. This is a soft tip Spraycaso tool. You can also get this at the website. This is used mostly to create terrains, some very realistic looking water effects with it as well. Guys, you don't have to buy it from my website. Get you a popsicle stick, cut it, nice 45-degree angle, and it does the exact same thing. So you guys, look at that. You guys don't have to go to my site. You can make your own. Sea sponge. Guys, this is very, very useful for creating plant life, for creating different effects when it comes to the water, clouds. This is a tool that we're going to get more in depth as we proceed into beginner, as we leave beginner and enter intermediate level spray paintings. Sea sponge. You're going to need some masking tape. Masking tape will help you create different frames, can help you protect certain areas that you don't want spray paint landing on. So don't get duct tape, guys. Duct tape is very harsh. It'll stick to your paint. Once you remove it, that's it. So masking tape or painter's tape. The Spraycaso funnel, another one of my creations. All right, the funnel is made very easily. Guys, you remember those magazine sheets we talked about? Get your magazine sheet. There you go. Create you a little funnel with it. Just like that. Make sure you leave a nice opening there. I'm going to use duct tape, but I don't intend on removing it. So get a piece of duct tape, hold it in place. Look at this. You fold this inward to hold your paint. And then you start taping it. Look how fast, how easy it is to make, guys. You have your nice little entry. You put your paint here, and it funnels it through there. So it allows you to create very fine details, especially when creating plant life, trees. You can actually draw in little characters. We'll get more in depth into it, but it's very important, very useful. I think, oh, and your favorite brand, guys, the most important thing, one of the most important things, your favorite brand of spray paints. We're only going to use the basics to begin. So we're going to use the blue, orange, clear coat, guys, white, get you an extra white. We go through white and black a lot more. Uh, Black, red, green, and yellow. Guys, make sure you have a nice variety of colors. And poster board. Poster board is going to be your medium. Now, I've been asked this question many, many times. What side of the poster board do I paint on? You want to do it on the glossy side, not the matted side. Listen to the difference. Yeah, see? You want to use the glossy side, guys. Why? Because the paint is able to be retained there for a little bit longer than on the matted side. The matted side is going to absorb the paint. So make sure you spray paint on your glossy side. All right, guys. I think we're ready. As you can tell, my hands do get a little messy with the spray paint. So if you guys want to prevent that, you can get vinyl gloves, latex gloves, whatever. If you want to protect your hands, I recommend it. If you're like me, I don't really mind it a lot. I really don't. So, if you guys are ready, grab your spray paints, your materials. What do you say we begin? All right, guys. So, first things first. What we're going to do is we're going to do the most basic, right? This is a basic tutorial. The most basic is space painting. So, you're going to want to get your bowls. Now, we talked about this, right? You want your bowls to have that sharp edge, nothing that goes in or comes out, nothing that bends, just straight out bending, straight out coming out. This will make your planets a little sharper. You'll see that when we remove this, there won't leave a ring around your planets. So it's important that you get the ones with the sharp edges, guys. Different sizes. To begin, we'll use 3. Now, what you're going to want to do is put your stencils down. Just like that. And remove some of these cans. You want to arrange them however you want your scenery to come out. In this case, I want the biggest planet, the one closest to us, is going to be right in front of us. And then you're going to have 2 different planets. And as you can see, this one is smaller than this one. So I'm going to put that one at the very furthest point of our scenery. And let's begin. What I like to do, now guys, you always have to shake and pre-spray your can before you do this, before you spray it directly onto your canvas, onto your poster board. What I like to do is I just like to mark where my planets are going to be located. I know I've seen a lot of, or you probably have seen a lot of spray painters out there that like to put all their colors down and then they add bright colors and then, you know, they do their textures. This is mostly for show, to attract people to come see what they're doing. So what we're doing here is trying to conserve paint so that you can spray more. So we remove our stencils. We know exactly where our planets are going to be. So today I'm going to show you several techniques on how to create planets. The first one is the most basic one. What I like to do is you put your bright colors first. I'm going to go with red. So you get your red. Remember, pre-spray. All right. So I'm going to put a layer of red, and I'm going to add a layer. Let me do a little pre-spray of orange. And perhaps, yeah, some yellow. Pre-spray. Good. Just some yellow right here. All right. Now you want to do your bright colors first before you add a neutral color. This is black and white is our neutral colors, meaning that you can add colors on top of these. Like anything, guys, all the colors, all the spray paints that you're using have to be gloss paint. Gloss black, gloss white. Everything has to be gloss. Now I'm going to cover this with our neutral black. Now you want to keep your can it's a good 6-7 inches away from your painting. A foot is too much, so probably about here. Now notice small bursts, guys. You don't want to saturate your entire painting with the spray paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a magazine sheet. We're going to tear off a piece. All right? We're going to put this down. Very gently let it fall. Don't like put your hands on there because then you'll get a print. You just want to make sure that the magazine is nice and even, spread out through your painting, and then you're going to remove it. Yeah. Now look at this. Look at that texture that you got. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Now, I like to reuse most of these. See, like I could still use this part for later on. Okay, so I'll put this aside. Good. We have one of our planets. Now, you have to determine where you're going to have your light source. In this case, I'm thinking I'm going to have a light source maybe here. So if you have a light burst and it's coming out, then all of this has to be, right? You have your light here and you have your dark down here on the bottom. So we're going to add our shadows. Since I already know that I want my light source coming here, my darkness is going to be down here. This is where your shadows go. Now, notice how I'm doing this. You want to make sure that you get some of this dark mist onto your colors. See that? This is what will give it some realism. Now notice how I do this. Quick bursts. Not just has to be quick bursts, guys. This is a best way to manipulate your spray paint. All right. So then what you do, this is a bowl that I got from a store, and this is basically what it is. You put this inside microwave so that your food doesn't explode all over the place. What I like about it, it comes with a handle. So make sure you use something that you can buy very cheaply. What you do is you just drop it. You don't have to put any pressure onto it. You just drop it onto place. Again, guys, bright colors first. I'm going to go with an orange planet. And very basic, I'm just going to add the black on top of that. All right. Remember that sheet of magazine that we folded it up and said we were going to reuse? Well, this is where it comes in handy. I'm just going to tear off a piece. I'm going to put it down. Remember, we did this with this one. But you can add a different type of texture. Watch. You can actually grab the edges and twist it. Look at that. See, it all gives you different texture, guys. It's just how you experiment with it. I'm going to fold this up and probably use it on that smaller one. Now, again, light source is here. So our shadows, yeah, you have to add your shadows first. It's going to be right about here. Now notice quick bursts, and I'm making sure that it covers some of our planet so that it gives us that real 3D look. So it goes from dark to not so dark. Right? Now, see here what I did, guys. I bought this at the store. Again, is this disposable cup. I put a little bit of masking tape on the back so that you can lift it up, right? Place it down, lift it up. Sometimes when you go to grab it and you accidentally put too much pressure, you might slip and slide and ruin your painting. So you might want to put a little bit of tape on those. Put it down, no pressure. On the last one, okay, on the last one, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to add a streak of orange. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes the cans get clogged. So you have to make sure you shake. Okay, a little bit of yellow. Some green. I know I'm making this one very colorful. Oh, I didn't see the difference, guys. If you don't pre-shake your cans, you get this very translucent color. It doesn't work very well. So you have to shake before every use. Okay, a little bit of red. Now I'm going to add my black on top of that. You're probably saying, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to show you a different technique. You're going to get a sheet of magazine, right? You're going to fold it in the shape of a U. Guys, this doesn't have to be like completely folded into a straight edge or anything. Nope, just nice little U. You see that? Now you're going to come in here. You're going to create some texture. This is what I call the liquify technique. And it's gonna come in very handy on future tutorials as you create water effects. Look at that. Pretty neat, huh? And what I'm doing here is I'm just smearing some of that extra black. What you want to do is just very gently go in there and combine the colors. Look how those colors come through. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So what I'm going to do now, this planet is very dark. I'm going to add our shadow right here because this is where it needs to be. right? We have a light source here, so and it doesn't hurt, guys, if you do this with your hands. Remember, light source. Have your fingers be the light rays, so you know that the light rays are going to be hitting all this area here. Again, now our caps. Now you want to make sure you get some of this dark area in place. That's it. That's it. I'm going to show you another little technique. So far, we've covered texture, stencils. Now I'm going to show you the nebula. The nebula technique is very simple, yet it adds a lot of complexities to your painting. Gonna quick bursts. Oh, didn't follow my own advice. Pre-spray until the paint comes out. A little bit of blue. Quick sprays, a little bit of blue. I'm gonna add some red. Yeah. I'm just trying to add colors that you would see in nebula. Some greens, some reds, some blues. I'll leave it as it is. Now we're gonna go and make sure that your planets are nice and round. So you're gonna have to go all the way around your planets. I'm sure there are planets out there that are not so round, but not in our spray painting. So, all right, good. Look at that. Now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get some white. Make sure you pre-spray your white. Okay. You're gonna get your white. You're gonna make sure that the can is perpendicular to your painting, and then you're gonna tilt it 45-degree angle, and then very gently. And this may take a few tries, guys. You're gonna squeeze it. You're just gonna let some drops of white get onto your painting. Look at this. Now there's a lot of people out there that will get paint on their fingers and then smear it. Yeah, that works too. But personally, guys, I like this technique better. It looks more evenly proportioned and spread out throughout your painting, to where if you do the technique where you spray the paint on your finger and you go like this, you see a streak. I don't really like it very much. All right. So let's work on our light source. What I want to do, now you have to make sure you clean your cans, the caps very well, guys, because otherwise it won't spray very evenly. Awesome. I'm going to start off with some, you know what, maybe we'll do some red. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of red. We're going to work backwards. We're going to add our dark colors first. In this case, we have some red. We're going to add some orange. Just doing a little bit of a transitional. And finally, we're going to add some yellow. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you another cool little trick that we like to do. This is how you create comets. So basically what you do, here's your sheet of paper. This is your canvas. You get your spray paint. You tip it upside down. And when you tap, you have to do a quick tap, flap. And this will create a nice little effect, giving you the effect of a comet. So if you're looking at it from the side, this is what it looks like. You tap the top, it creates that effect. Let's do it. You're going to come over here. You have to make sure you aim it just right. Quick tap. Look at that. Nice little comet. You can add another one over here. Quick tap. Comet. You can add a couple of them if you like. All right. So you guys ready to see what you've created? Let's remove our stencils. And look at that. Congratulations, guys. You guys have created a masterpiece in just a few minutes. You guys are well within your way to becoming a Spray Castle master. Now, what I like to do is I add a layer of clear coat just to make your painting that much glossier. It'll almost look like a poster. I'll go back and forth, back and forth. Here at the end with the sharp point or your Spray Castle tool. Remember, you can make your own. Come over here and you sign it. Castle, and here is 2016. All right, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay tuned. We're gonna work on some more. All right, crew. In this next tutorial, we're gonna take what we've learned in our first video. That's how to create textures, right? Planets, some liquefying technique, the space nebula. We're gonna take all the techniques that we've learned and we're gonna add to them. So let's begin. First, I'm gonna add, you know what? You guys remember this? First, we're gonna put our stencils down, determine where our planets are going to be located. Okay. Second, we're gonna use a little bit, just quick sprays. You don't have to use a whole lot, just so that you know where your planets are going to be located. Again, do you guys remember how to create this? First, you add your bright colors down. I want some red and some orange on that one. I think I'm gonna have some yellow and some green on this one. Okay, now then you take your neutral black and you cover it. Now we're gonna take a magazine sheet. You don't need a whole lot. You just tear off a piece. I'm gonna tear 2 pieces off. Look at that texture. Love it. And notice how the black will add accents, some really nice shadows to the planet. Same over here. Oh, if you're not happy with it, you can always go back and look at that. I like that one much better. It's always handy, guys, to keep a trash can nearby so that you can toss your magazine sheets, the sea sponges, whatever it is that you need to throw away after every use. Okay, very easy. Oh, we need to determine what? A light source. All right. So in this case, I think I'm going to have our light source right here. So, oh, that's perfect. See, this one has some yellow on there, so it'll actually give it a look like there's a lot of light hitting it. Okay, let's add our shadows. Now, you don't want to cover the entire thing with black, just the outer rim. Right? Here. And I'm going to put this one. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to create some terrain. Very easy to do. You're going to need some orange and some black. You can use brown if you like. However, I don't like to use brown to create terrain because you want the brightness of the orange to stick out in certain areas. Now, when you combine black with orange, you're going to get brown anyways. So, all right, before we do that, I'm going to add the space. See, I already know what I want to do. So, just going to add the black around our planets. Probably be right around here. Excellent. All right. I'm going to add some quick bursts of blue. They won't be as bright as if you do them on the clear spaces like down here. But you'll still be able to see it. I'm going to add our stars. Remember, 45-degree angles away from our painting. And then very gently, we're going to let it sputter down. Now I'm doing this now because the terrain that I'm about to do, I don't want our stars to overlap it. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some orange. And our terrain is going to be right here on this part. Take our black. Remember, guys, gloss black. Matted black will not give you, it won't look as good. It won't give you that glossy effect, and it won't mix the paints very well. So again, we're going to take a piece of magazine. This is one of the used ones that I had. I don't need to ruin a perfectly good one. Just need a little piece, and check this out. Kind of like what we did with our planets. Same technique. Just gonna put and smear downwards. Now, whenever it gets too dirty, toss that aside. Get another piece, and continue. Guys, this is a very basic techniques. If you practice these and you're able to manipulate the paints, the hardest part that I've noticed from a lot of beginners is that they're having a hard time controlling their spray. They either spray too much or not enough. Practice. Practice will definitely get you there. All right, I'm going to show you a cool little technique how to create a starburst here in the background. We're going to take our white straight edge. We're going to place the straight edge up here. Now, you want to aim right here on this spot. You don't want to aim directly on the painting. You want to aim right on this spot and let the mist come down and fall onto the painting. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down. Quick spray. Look at that. Put it down in the shape of an X. Quick spray. Come around. Quick spray. And look at that. Pretty cool, huh? All right. I think I'm going to add a few more little stars here. I know I said I wasn't going to try and do this with our terrain. You just have to be careful not to get any stars on your terrain. Again, spray paint manipulation, you guys will get there. All right. Now we have this negative space on the bottom of our painting. What's negative space? Well, negative space is basically anything that shows the canvas, in this case our poster board, without any paints on there. So let's change that. I'm gonna take some blue. Now this layer is gonna be on really thick. You're gonna take some white. Look at that. Do you guys see the effect it's creating already? Well, good. We're going to help it along. This is a liquify technique, and we covered a little bit of it on the last video where we talked about how to manipulate the paint in such a manner to create waves. We did it on a planet. What you're going to do is fold a sheet of magazine in the shape of a U and just kind of go in here and tap. This is one of the most realistic water techniques out there, guys. And it's one of the ones least used. I'm not sure why other spray painters don't use it as much as I'd like to see it out there. Now look at that. You can see waves. You can see it has a lot of detail, guys. Anyways, liquify technique is great for creating some planets, textures, and water. All right, so now that we've come to this point, I'm going to show you how to create a space castle. So you're going to take your handy dandy spray castle tool. I'm going to take some clear coat because you want the clear coat to keep your painting moist so that you're able to manipulate it. Each spray painting should take, especially for the beginners, from 5 to 10 minutes. Anything more than that, it becomes really dry, really sticky, and it won't work as well. So you're going to take your tool. I'm just going to scratch. Scratch. Look at that. What I consider to be alien technology. I don't know. It's your imagination, guys. Use it as you will. You can create many different neat textures simply by scratching. See that? It's up to you how you do this. Now check this out. You can add little stairs. Very simple, back and forth little scratchings. This is your imagination. This is your world. Have fun with it. Experiment. I'm going to add another one right here. Now, there's a technique very similar to this one to help you and allow you to create plants. Yeah, plants. We're just going to make a little city here. Very easy to do, right? Okay. Now another thing that you can use your spray castle tool for is to create highlights. Now this is a scratching technique and it works really well, but only up until you come out of the beginner phase. Once you get out of the beginner phase, begin going into intermediate, I don't recommend you do this very much. So what you do is you come here and you create the highlights where your rocks are at. That here, texture. You can add some rocks here on the bottom. Okay. That. Pretty neat, huh? There's a lot of things you can do with spray paint. It used to be just limited to space paintings, but due to the dedication of a lot of spray painters and yours truly, we've managed to come up with many different techniques that we can use to create different paintings. Now, a straight edge is something, in this case, I'm going to use this magazine, that you can use and manipulate. In this case, I'm going to manipulate it in the shape of a U to create force fields. I call it a straight edge because you're able to bend it, create shapes with it. This is another one that you can create an aurora borealis with. What you do is you basically have to shape your straight edge in the position that you want your flow or your design to go. In this case, I need it to be like this. I'm going to create a force field. Just like the straight edge, guys, I'm not going to spray directly onto the painting. I'm going to spray right about there. Then let that mist come down onto our painting, creating the effect. We're going to put it down. Quick burst. Look at that. Force field. I know, I'm a bit of a nerd. Love Star Wars, Star Trek, all those cool shows. Look at that. You guys remember how to create a starburst? Okay, how about a comet? Remember comet? Put down, quick tap. Let's find a good spot. What would be a good spot? Here. Quick spot. All right. I think that's good. I'm going to add a little bit of clear coat just to keep our painting moist and to give it that shine when it dries. Come all the way down. And the most important thing about your painting, your signature. Picasso 2016. Now let's see what we've created. Okay, you did that. In just a few minutes, you're able to create amazing works of art. These make great gifts. You can give this to your mom, your loved ones, family members. You can create greeting cards. Oh, possibilities are endless, guys. Definitely endless. We're only limited by our imagination. So here's the painting that you've created. I hope you guys have liked it. Hope you guys are ready for the next one as we begin to learn and grow how to create better spray paintings, how to use different techniques to manipulate our paints. All right, guys. All right, crew. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's tutorials. Until next time, and as always, keep those cans shaking.